This video isn't just about showing you how to lift boxes. It's about showing you how to minimise the chance of an injury from hazardous manual handling in your workplace, no matter what that workplace is, does or looks like. What you will see is a real definition of manual handling, the risks associated with it, and 4 steps to prevent hazardous manual handling becoming a problem in your workplace. And these are: consult, find, fix, review. Taking these 4 steps is about your well-being, about you returning home safe every day. Remember, we all work to live, but not with a debilitating injury. By definition, manual handling means using your body to exert force in order to handle, support, or restrain any object, including people and animals. We all know manual handling is about lifting and carrying. It's also about these 5 things. Number 1, a repetitive or prolonged application of force, movement, or an awkward posture. For example, having to crouch down to perform a manual handling task, like filing, or performing a task repetitively that requires the application of force, like doing up a bolt. Number 2, an application of high force, like torquing up a fixture in a machine. Number 3, exposure to sustained vibration. For example, operating a grinder or a jackhammer. Number 4, handling live people or animals that may include moving patients in a hospital or nursing home, or think about the force required to restrain a large dog. Number 5, handling unstable or unbalanced loads or loads which are difficult to grasp or hold. For example, furniture removalists dealing with awkwardly shaped items and unevenly packed boxes. Everybody would know somebody who has suffered a manual handling injury. Musculoskeletal disorders, or MSDs, account for tens of thousands of injuries every year. So what are MSDs? Muscular sprains and strains, back injuries, RSI or repetitive strain injuries, soft tissue injuries to wrists, arms, shoulders, necks or legs, abdominal hernias, chronic pain. MSDs can impact you in the short term, like a sprained wrist, which can keep you away from work for a couple of days, or something far more serious, which can prevent you from ever working again.
One of the worst musculoskeletal disorders, or in this case a back injury that I've ever experienced, was of a 45-year-old bricklayer. In the construction business, bricklayers are quite often the ones that lift lintels, especially garage lintels, into place. Now, on this particular occasion, this 45-year-old guy had the lintel up on his shoulder, didn't see where his feet were. He slipped off the edge of the slab, and the subsequent jarring on his back really severely injured his lower back. He probably had the rest of his career with a recurring serious back injury. The ongoing effects for him were probably quite catastrophic and very, very painful.
Think about the last time you hurt your hand or sprained your thumb. Remember how much more difficult it was to tie your shoelaces? Imagine that every day for the rest of your life. The 4 steps for dealing with hazardous manual handling issues in your workplace are: consult, find, fix, review. The best way to resolve hazardous manual handling issues in your workplace, whatever the workplace, is through consultation. You do the job for 8 hours a day. Chances are you have good ideas about how to eliminate the manual handling issues. Through talking about manual handling, we all have the best possibility of fixing any problems. It doesn't hurt to speak up.
All businesses have lots of manual handling issues, and some of them are fairly easy to resolve and some of them aren't. I had an example where we set up a new process and we did all of the risk assessments on the process, and then after we'd been doing it for a little while, the operator came to me and said, actually, I'm feeling a bit of soreness in my back. Could we implement a hopper and change the layout of the area to fix the issue? And we had a spare hopper floating around, so we just put a check valve into it and put it in place, and the issue was solved. It was great, a great example of manual handling and of safety communication in the business.
It's important to assess all the risks, including manual handling risks in your workplace. You might know this process as a Safe Work Method Statement, SWMS, or Job Safety Analysis, JSA. This example format is on the CD accompanying this DVD. When doing the risk assessment, think about the definitions of manual handling that we've discussed. For example, does the activity involve a repetitive or prolonged use of force, movement, or an awkward posture? Does the activity involve high amounts of force? Does the activity involve sustained vibration? Are you handling people or animals? Are you handling awkward or unbalanced loads? After the JSA is done and you've assessed the risks, we now move on to the fix phase. This is the order of the fix phase. The best fix is elimination. An example of elimination is providing mechanical equipment such as a hoist or lifting mechanism to do the lifting for you. The next best is changing your workplace, what you're lifting or the way that you're lifting it. For example, by providing trolleys, making loads lighter, or by doing a team lift. Finally, your organisation will provide training if you just can't modify the manual handling task. Examples are training in proper lifting techniques or team lifting. We aren't just following these steps because it's what the safety inspectors want to see. It is a good idea to conduct a review if changes are made to the process that could impact on the manual handling risk, any MSD is reported, new information on manual handling hazards becomes available, a review is requested at any time by a safety rep. Regular review reduces the chance of a workplace accident happening to you. What we want you to take from this is to do your bit to avoid hazardous manual handling and MSDs. Lots of people think it won't ever happen to them, including the tens of thousands which it did happen to last year. Please don't contribute to the statistics.